A revised version of the federal policy known as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, which protects young immigrants brought to the U.S., is scheduled to be discussed today before the same federal judge who previously ruled the program illegal in 2021. This comes as attorneys representing 9 states seek to permanently terminate the DACA program. For more on this, we're joined live on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch. She is an immigration lawyer based in Austin, Texas. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So remind us, what is the current status of DACA?
So the current status is that new applications are not being processed for people who would qualify but never got DACA. People who have DACA are able to renew while the program is, being battled out in the federal court system. So we're sort of partially on hold at the moment.
So what happens if the judge rules that DACA is still illegal?
Well, then that will probably go back up through the courts. I think it's unlikely that Judge Hainan is going to order a complete stop of the program. There's just too many people. There's over 500,000 Dreamers who have had work permits now for over a decade. Many of them have gone on to receive, degrees, advanced degrees. They purchased homes. They have jobs. It would be really, really detrimental not only to that population, but to our economy to just yank that status out from underneath them. So I would not be surprised if we see this go all the way up to the Supreme Court again. But my hope is that Hainan makes the reasonable decision and says, you know what? The problem that we had with the program was that it didn't go through the federal regulatory process. Now it has gone through that process, and therefore the program is legal. It's permissible, and so let's just open it back up and move forward. That's my hope for the outcome, but we'll see. I mean, this is Judge Hainan, and he has ruled against it in the past.
Why are these 9 states seeking to overturn DACA?
I think that's an interesting question. Their argument is that they are harmed by having to provide, benefits to people living in their states, like education and medical care. As an immigration lawyer in Texas, where Greg Abbott is the governor, I've been doing this for 15 years. I have noticed a pattern where states led by now impeached Attorney General Ken Paxton will often go after anything that they deem pro-immigration in an effort to, gain political attention. And it certainly has worked for them, and I think that this is probably another tactic in that arsenal of theirs.
When I look at this list of states, Texas among them, they're pretty conservative states. Does this hearing represent an assault on existing immigration policies by the far right?
Oh, sure. I mean, this is what we see over and over and over again, going back several presidential administrations, that when a president does something that's seen at all as pro-immigrant, one of the methods of the conservative states is to sue the administration. And they can forum shop. They can pick judges who have issued anti-immigrant decisions in the past, like Judge Hainan, and so they can get these policies, these programs enjoined or blocked while they are locked up in the court system. And that's exactly what has happened with DACA. And the argument with DACA was, okay, President Obama didn't go through the notice and comment period. He just announced the program. So Biden has gone through the notice and comment period. That was accomplished last year. And so now it's gone through the regulatory process. It's going back to Hainan to review the legality of the program now that the process has been followed. So one would expect that a reasonable judge would say, okay, our problems, our concerns with the program have now been resolved, and let's move forward. But, this day and age, you kind of don't know what's going to come out of the courts with these lawsuits.
Well, we'll see what happens next. Thanks so much for your thoughts on this. That is Kate Lincoln-Goldfinch, an immigration lawyer based in Texas.